Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. It is Thursday. It is the evening. It's 5 o'clock, give or take. How are you? I hope you're happy and healthy doing the things you love. I hope being a Tottenham fan isn't ruining your week or your month or your summer or your plans too much. But we're going to get into a little bit of transfer news, views, and clues for you this evening. Bugsy's downstairs doing what Bugsy does. I hope you can do me some favors, guys, like you always do. Smash the like on the video, smash the subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell and drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on today's video. And obviously this morning, I decided to go with a different story. I went with the Benjamin Pavard links from the Express. Thank you for everyone that's commented on that one. There's been a bit of a development in that. It's actually, if anything, catching a little bit more wind from what I've gathered on various kind of areas of the interweb. But it looks increasingly likely that it's dependent. Any deal that could be done, if it does have any truth to it at all, would be dependent on Kyle Walker going in that direction. Obviously, they've got Mazraoui, who plays on the right, which has kind of forced Benjamin Pavard to come into that right-sided centre-back role a little bit more than he was last season when he was the out-and-out right-back. Kyle Walker coming in, who kind of can play the same sort of thing for Manchester City. He is highly touted, highly rated by Bayern Munich, but of course, Kyle Walker is not short of offers as well. There's offers from Saudi Arabia, there's offers from other European clubs. So if there is any truth, if there is any kind of tangibility to the rumors, then that might be something that is required. What we will find out, though, allegedly, is a bit more clarification tomorrow. Apparently, according to reports, Daniel Levy has got talks scheduled with the Bayern Munich Chiefs tomorrow in London, or at least a phone call. I'm not entirely sure of the details. The Bayern Munich chief, I forget the guy, and I haven't got the quote in front of me. He has come out, I think it was yesterday after the game, and said on Tuesday after the, no, was it yesterday? Yesterday after the game, saying that he hopes that Harry Kane has played his final game for Tottenham and that arrangements can be made. That might push and annoy Daniel Levy even more with this ongoing media play that is so disrespectful towards Tottenham and to all of our plans to play this out in the media the way that they have, but that is the way that they're doing it in Germany. I don't know if it's going to go down well with Daniel Levy. However, we don't know really where Daniel Levy stands, where Harry Kane stands. According to people like Alistair Gold, all three options are still on the table, with him either leaving this summer, him either winding down his contract and leaving next summer, or he could be signing a new contract. I think that's the least likely of the three options. And if Bayern Munich were to come to the party tomorrow and offer an improved monetary value bid that maybe does include a player or maybe doesn't, a £100 million valuation deal might just be enough to tempt Daniel Levy. When he looks around the financial market right now with regard to footballing implications of the inflation in transfer fees, it does become pretty apparent that everyone is sort of overcharging on relative valuations, I would say, for a lot of players, apart from with some, significant outliers in that regard. If it is true that Sofiane Amrabat is available for 20 million or something around that mark, if it is true that Locatelli is available for something similar, then there are a few outliers which don't really make sense. But the vast majority of players that are available in key core positions for key core clubs are seemingly priced at a massive premium. And of course, with Daniel Levy and Harry Kane specifically, the fact that there are so many top tier clubs in European football that are looking for a number 9 either right now or will be next season, and so few really high caliber number 9s, it does add that little bit of extra mix. Rasmus Højlund apparently might be going to Manchester United. That deal is apparently almost done for somewhere between 40 and 50 million pound, which is an interesting marker. It's an interesting precedent to set. Remember, Højlund, a very talented player, an incredibly highly rated, highly regarded player, very physically athletic, got all the bag of potential you could possibly want to carry. However, we have to remember that 15 months ago, he was playing in Denmark and he didn't set the world alight last year. He didn't score that many goals for Atalanta. He had a great start, showed lots of potential, but the numbers are really where it counts. So it will be interesting to see if that deal does get done. What does that mean for Bayern Munich's willingness to put the price up? Do we maybe include a player? player plus cash deals are notoriously difficult to get done. There's too many intermediaries involved, too many representatives of different parties. It usually might be something that can be done as separate deals, but that ultimately are part of a bigger package. Something like what we saw with Maddison and Harry Winks earlier on in the summer. The scary news is, though, guys, obviously Charlie Eccleshare did say this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, that there was an update as far as he could tell, or there wasn't an update really, as far as he could tell, with regard the deals for Tapsoba and for Van der Ven. He put this article out on The Athletic this morning. It says, latest on the Spurs centre-back search, including Van der Ven update. Currently, there is not anything progressing between the two clubs. The agreement is not close. There's even been suggestions that the deal is off in its entirety, but with not many alternative options, it's still possible that Spurs could try again to get it done. This, of course, doubles down on the other disappointing news that we heard from Leverkusen a couple of days ago, when their chief did say that they do have their limits, but their intention right now is to not sell Edmund Tapsoba. Those two names have been linked with Tottenham all summer. Incredibly frustrating for all Tottenham fans. Drilling into this last part, but with not many alternative options, it's still possible that Spurs could try again to get it done. Well, one of those options is Tosin Adarabioyo. And guys, according to Santi JFM, who is he's a journalist for footballmercato.net. He has nearly 200,000 followers on Twitter. I'd say this guy, according to what I've seen, is a tier 2 journalist. I wouldn't say that many articles from Football Mercato would naturally be taken too seriously. However, this tweet did come out obviously in a different language, but THFC reports have transcribed it or translated it, and it says that agreement has almost been found between Monaco and Tosin Adarabioyo. The player has an offer from Tottenham Hotspur, but he favours Monaco instead. Guys, I don't know whether to assume this is true or not, but it isn't the sort of news that we wanted to see this evening. Tosin Adarabioyo, for me, is the best of the rest of the players that we've been linked with. If you're putting Victor Nelson, Tosin, Clement Longley, Harry Maguire, those sorts of names that no one really wants, but maybe one or two or one of these would be tolerable. Like, you could tolerate one of them if we had Van der Ven or Tapsoba coming in as the primary option. Then for me, Tosin is the top of the best of the rest. And if it's true that he is going to Monaco, maybe Monaco are put on offer more money. Maybe he's got guarantees of first-team football. I'm not sure from memory whether Monaco are playing in Europe or not next season, but it's a lovely lifestyle, lovely part of the world to live in. It's also tax-free, I think. So maybe it comes down to financials. Maybe it comes down to some personal choices, game time, whatever else. But ultimately, if it is true that he has an offer from both clubs and he is deciding or leaning towards Monaco over Tottenham, then it's another hammer blow, another nail in the coffin of this transfer window. And you know me, I try to stay as balanced as possible, and as reasonable with my frustration. But right now, guys, I've got to be honest, maybe it's a little bit of the flu that's still inside of me. Maybe it's a little bit of just the reality of where we're at as a football club that is smacking me in the face, that we have a situation where our owner is pretending not to be an owner so he can potentially avoid losing this or getting our club into trouble as an asset. And he might be facing the rest of his life behind bars. You've got another owner who is, I don't know, absent without cause, absent without release. I don't know why he's been on tour, not dealing with anything. You've got his mate Donna Maria Cullen hanging around doing nothing, putting out the worst PR statements in the world. You've got a new manager, Anne Postecoglou, who you can already see the strain is on his face in press conferences, the frustration of not having the tools to give him the best running start, the best rolling start in an already uphill battle. You've got other clubs around us, teams that were nowhere, teams that were in the Championship 4 or 5 years ago, that are coming up and that can find the money despite having revenue streams that pale in comparison to Tottenham Hotspur. They can find the money to go out and spend on their first and second tier targets, yet Tottenham never, ever make it easy. We are 17 days away from a opening day tie away at Brentford. And then a few short days later after that, we play Manchester United at home. And it is looking increasingly likely that the 63, 64 goal deficit that we conceded last year with that shocking defense will look essentially identical. I had bets in my delusion with T-Mission and with Pete from Football Heritage on Sunday night that Clement Longley would not be signing for Tottenham. I certainly didn't think he would be our only signing, but right now it does look increasingly likely that Clement Longley is going to come back because everybody else is either too expensive, the other clubs are not willing to do business, Daniel Levy doesn't value them at the right price, there's too many distractions going on with the club, or Tottenham are just no longer desirable to players like Tosin Adarabioyo, who would rather go and spend his days in a casino when he's not playing football in Monaco. To me, I don't know what to say. I'm not someone who's usually knee-jerk, not someone who usually screams and shouts and bangs the table, apart from if it's a watch-along. However, I am right now very, very bloody angry. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,